Welcome. This video is about how discipline is better than motivation. I will give 5 important reasons why you should prioritize self-discipline over motivation for your life. Stay tuned. Welcome to the SCG Show, the home of education entertainment. And if you are new here, welcome. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe, and also hit the bell notification so you do not miss any of these videos. Let us first define both terms, aka discipline, or self-discipline, and motivation. Self-discipline is the ability to control one's feelings and overcome one's weaknesses, whereas motivation is a reason or reasons for acting or behaving in a particular way. When we consume motivational content on the web, audiobooks, reading books, movies, TV shows, we are constantly looking for that one defining statement or philosophy or message that will change our lives for the better and get us out of a rut or get us to pursue our goals and our dreams. It is why people spend an absolute fortune attending seminars and workshops. It is why people have mentors and even pay people to be their mentor. It is why people form mastermind groups and again pay to be a member of one. It is why people often say affirmations every single day to get that convincing element in their brain to be disciplined. It is why the motivation industry is one of the most lucrative and fastest growing on the planet. When times are very tough, and believe me, they can be tough and difficult, I can't help but overindulge like a Netflix show, an entire week or month's worth of motivational content. Now, there's nothing wrong with this, but there is a significant and fundamental problem. See, motivation is fantastic, but it's temporary. Yes, this may seem very controversial to you, but unfortunately, I believe it to be the truth. Say, for example, we have the motivation to start a blog. When we are motivated to do something, absolutely anything, especially something new, we have a huge burst of energy to get going straight away. We tell all our friends and our family how excited we are, what we're doing, and we consume as much content and read as much about it as we can, almost like an obsession. But slowly and surely over time, when the excitement fades away and it's just you alone with that blog, with that goal, it is down to you to do the work. And it's not easy. And that is when the motivation has maybe gone. You realize it is just like anything else in life. It requires work. It requires the dedication to design the blog, maintain the blog, write the blog, market the blog, and of course rank it on search engines to get visitors. Now that is very hard, and I know that firsthand. So what do you do when the motivation inevitably fades, or worse, we work ourselves out so hard that we experience burnout and exhaustion? We instill discipline, because discipline is not only better, but far more important than just being motivated. So here are 5 reasons why self-discipline is better than motivation. Number 1, discipline creates a habit. Discipline creates habits, whereas motivation only inspires you to have a habit or create one. What is a habit? A habit is a settled or regular tendency or practice, especially one that is hard to give up. Now, as a former gambling addict myself, I am very familiar with the notion of habits. But through discipline, I became clean and remained that way. I always wanted to get rid of my absolutely horrible addiction that burdened me for almost 20 years. However, the motivation to give up was not enough. Having willpower when you want to do something is never enough when you want to become disciplined and seriously make a change. I would consume hours upon hours of motivational content and be inspired to become clean for a very short period of time, but only for me to return to the slots, back to the casino, back to my addiction. When a smoker usually gives up smoking, they are fighting their willpower to never ever pick up another cigarette again. But that is why most smokers find it exceptionally hard and more difficult for them to quit. Look, I'm not bashing motivation here at all, but simply explaining why and how discipline is better. When nothing was working for me, I researched all over the web to find a way to become clean and sober from my dreadful gambling addiction. And after I was researching, I came across a book called The Easy Way to Stop Gambling by Alan Carr, a self-help author who wrote many other books, including The Easy Way to Stop Smoking and The Easy Way to Stop Drinking. Mr. Alan Carr insists that willpower is not the way to stop a toxic negative habit from destroying your life, but having the discipline to be able to learn and take in information as to why you became an addict or why you are an addict instead. He stresses to educate yourself why and see what's triggering you to do these toxic habits. Sure enough, by the time I put the book down, I had no desire to ever gamble again, because I was disciplined enough to be open-minded enough to listen to his advice and remember that when I'm being triggered to gamble, to channel that energy into something else, such as this YouTube channel and my blog. Quitting gambling has made my life so much better. I have saved more money. I've invested more money. I no longer have the guilt and the shame. I'm wiser and manage money so much better. And I'm a better person overall. In summary, being disciplined will create habits to improve your life, whereas motivation is just the trigger to start it that will eventually fade. Number 2, discipline develops attitude. Discipline will create a better attitude for your life, whereas motivation will only change your attitude to a more positive one on a temporary basis. Let me use my example of how I managed to quit gambling again. When I was a gambler, I was also and always very private about my addiction, which is dangerous because I was suffering in silence. If you're suffering in silence, don't make my mistake. Reach out to somebody, no matter how bad you feel. However, those closest to me, my friends and family who had no idea about my addiction, noticed my behavior. I was very, very irritable. I was often very angry. I had awful mood swings. I was extremely judgmental. I was a very negative person. I had become a compulsive liar. My overall attitude wasn't very good. I had the attitude of a degenerate gambler, not the one of a successful, happy, positive person, which is actually what I strived towards. When I was motivated, I would only temporarily have a burst of energy to be a better, positive person, but all of that would instantly evaporate the very moment I would walk in to a casino or a betting shop or I'd place a bet. Whereas when I applied the discipline to never gamble again and channel that energy into positive habits such as saving money, being charitable, and investing in things I could hold in my hand, like books, vintage toys, comic books even, things I love to collect. My attitude changed. I was a calmer man. I was more grateful. I was happier. I was less judgmental. I was extremely positive. I aimed to live a more virtuous life. Discipline not only develops a better attitude, it can also build or rebuild your character. When I used to go to bed at night full of dread, guilt and shame for the money I'd lost in the casino, believe me, it was a tough night's sleep. Whereas going to bed knowing I did not gamble, I didn't lie, I had no shame or guilt, I didn't do anything to harm me or those around me, there was a huge sense of relief. I never stole from anybody and never will, but in a way I did, because I was not being the man I was making out to be. I was lying to them. Having a good mental attitude is the foundation of some of the wealthiest and most successful people throughout history, and discipline will develop that for you. Number 3, discipline increases confidence. Discipline increases confidence for the long term, whereas motivation only does so for the short term or in short doses. On top of creating good, healthy habits and having a better, positive attitude, having self-discipline will dramatically increase your self-image and confidence. When I was a gambler, of course, my self-image and confidence was in the toilet. I was disgusted with myself as I did not like being a gambler. Sadly, most drug addicts and alcoholics, among other things, feel like this too. Think about what I'm about to say. Who actually wants to be an addict? Nobody. It just sadly happens, unfortunately. And how do you think their confidence is? By being addicts. But instead of being motivated for a short period and applying the discipline to overcome adversity and of course reach your goals, you will start feeling so much better about yourself. Here is how discipline increased my confidence because of what it allowed me to achieve. And I'm not bragging, I'm using this to inspire you. Discipline allowed me to write and publish 2 books, start this YouTube channel, start the SCG Show blog. It allowed me the opportunity to work for myself, earn my own money, read more books and consume more content, coach people from all around the world, inspire other people. Discipline obviously helped me quit gambling and remain sober and clean with no desire to return. Also inspired me to leave narcissistic romantic relationships and narcissistic abusive friends. Now, I'm not listing any of these to brag, but to show you how discipline got me to do some incredibly challenging but rewarding things in my life. And that is what makes you more confident. It's not arrogance, it's confidence. I was told I would never amount to anything. I was told I would never achieve anything good. I was told I was stupid. I was told I was unattractive, and so on. But when I look back at the discipline I displayed to reach my goals and do things others said I could never do, my life changed for the very better. And having the confidence in yourself will only lead to a more rewarding life, because you will live with far less regrets, and you will constantly surprise yourself at what you'll be able to accomplish. So in summary, discipline will, I guarantee this, dramatically increase your confidence. Number 4, discipline completes your targets. When I was inspired to write my first novel way back in the summer of 2016, I knew I was met with an incredibly daunting task ahead of me. And FYI, the first time you try anything new is always going to be challenging. But it is about doing it and getting it done to realize you can handle anything you set your mind to. I was thoroughly inspired and motivated. In fact, I had this idea in my head for over 10 years, and when I was on vacation, I thought to myself, the moment I get home, I'm going to write this book, I'm going to finish it, I'm going to publish it. And sure enough, when I did come home, I spent months writing. And then I hit a wall. I could not do it anymore. I stopped. I had writer's block. I was exhausted, out of ideas, and realized that I absolutely hated writing. And I hated my book idea too. I hated it all. AKA, I had lost the motivation to keep writing, and I was barely halfway through it. It was early 2017, and all I had was several pages, all in a complete mess, spelling mistakes, you name it. I lay down on the sofa eating Doritos when all of a sudden I thought to myself, what if I just wrote 1 page a day for 1 year? I'd have 365 pages. My book's not that long. That's all I need to do. It seemed like a realistic goal. 1 page a day after work, in the evening, in the morning. What's the harm in that? Sure enough, I did exactly that. But I was so into the habit of writing that I was writing almost 10 pages a day. The habit had been formed, and slowly but surely, eventually, I finished the book, and the link is in the description if you want to check it out. Then obviously I had to do the writing, design the cover, proofread it, etc. I applied the same discipline and said, no matter what it takes, I will publish my book in 2017 if it drives me mad or kills me. Sure enough, I'm proud to say, like I said, I completed the target. And I'm proud to say I am a published author on Amazon of my first novel, The Coyote, which again, the link is in the description. Coincidentally, The Coyote is a motivational novel. Discipline gets things done. Discipline gets you sober. Discipline makes you healthier. Discipline gets you more opportunities. Discipline makes you successful. Discipline makes you fitter. Discipline makes you wealthy. Discipline makes you a better person overall. Motivation will only get you started, but discipline will 100% get you over that finish line, regardless of what you want to achieve, and complete your targets. And finally, number 5, discipline creates a better life. Motivation will create a better day, a better week, a better hour, a better month, a better couple of months. But having the discipline you need to reach your targets, to improve your life, to reach a goal, will improve and give you a better life. Here are some ways being disciplined will create a better life for you. It will increase your focus. You accomplish goals. You lose weight. You build muscle. You become healthier. You become richer. You attract better people. You become clean and sober. You sleep well at night. You attract more career opportunities. You start and build your own business. You save more money. You invest more money. You have more good, happy, rewarding memories. You have more fun experiences. You increase your pride. You increase your overall self-awareness. And also, you'll increase your confidence. I'm sure I've left loads of things out there, but I can almost guarantee that if you prioritize self-discipline over motivation, I assure you, you will have a truly amazing life. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Thanks for watching.